This is so funny. Okay, well, yeah. What are you tired of for this week? You said you
Okay.
wanted to spill some tea.
I'll do it for the other one. I gotta, I don't want to be at a 10 for the entire day.
Yeah.
I'm tired of my sink. So my sink has fallen down off, sort of. The
Sort of.
silicone that was holding it up, and apparently you're not supposed to use silicone to keep an undermount sink up because you don't want to carry too much weight. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they did. And so last week I'm waking up around whatever time I woke up that day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, my sink looks lower. And then I go over to it and
Weird.
I see the inside of my sink, and it had fallen off about an inch
Mm-hmm.
on the side closest to the wall. And
Yeah.
I called my mom, my dad. I was like, uh. And so this entire week, I've had strange men wake me up to come look at my sink every morning.
Not in
And
the
give,
sexy way.
not in a sexy way. No, these people are pushing 50.
Aw.
And
I'm sure they're having wonderful lives.
I bet they are.
No ageism here. We love old people.
But I don't know. I'm getting it fixed on Monday apparently. But I've not been
Okay.
using my sink really since then. So I've been trying to be very cheap with my takeout purchases as of recent because I can't really cook anything without making a mess in my sink.
Damn,
And
that
it's just
sucks.
really disappointing. And I mean, it's just so awful. When my fridge messed up earlier this year, that was really frustrating for me. There are just things you need in life that
Yeah.
need to work always.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully my sink gets resolved by Monday, Tuesday, and I can get on with my life, and then I can make my shrimp scampi. But shrimp
I
holds
love
well.
shrimp scampi.
It holds well in
Oh.
the freezer, so I'm not too worried about things going bad. Maybe the lemons. Nah, lemons hold
Lemons
for
hold
a
pretty
good minute.
well. They hold pretty
So,
well.
that's the important thing about making food. You want to get things that last a bit long. That's why I don't do chicken as much
That's
or
true.
ground beef because that shit goes bad quickly. And they're like, "Well, you can just freeze the ground beef." And I'm like, "Girl, then I have to wait for it to fucking
It's
thaw.
not the
It's
same,
not
and you have to wait
worth
for it.
Oh my god! If
You
I'm
should
getting
know
chicken
this, everybody.
or ground beef, I'm cooking it the day of or the day after.
Mm-hmm.
Or at that point, I might as well just throw it in the garbage. I'm just gonna get sick. So, this is why I don't like people being mean about fast food.
Mm-hmm.
McNuggets are gross. At least they're fresher than the shit I'm making at home.
That's true.
Girl, come on. And then here's the thing. They wouldn't serve it if they couldn't. I don't think people think that, people just want to serve, unedible food to you. They would get fired for that shit.
They would.
That store gets shut down and no one gets pay. And they're not getting paid enough anyway. I mean, they're not going to go out of their way to poison you. You're not that special, Diane. I'm sorry. You're not.
special,
You're not that
Diane.
special.
No one's putting out a hit on you.
I'm
to give
sorry
you,
that
food
your mom
poisoning.
doesn't call you as much anymore. Sorry. Maybe that's something you did. I'm sorry that she doesn't pay for your bills like she used to.
Maybe
You're
that's on
37. Grow up. Yeah, that's sorry.
No, it's
what
okay.
what are you tired of, Gloria?
I want to talk about my workplace so bad, but I'm not trying to. I'm a really bad oversharer. As I say all the time, I'm a really bad oversharer. So I don't want to accidentally reveal where I work, but this is just a general customer service thing. Rude customers. Because this week, I'm still in training, kind of, but I finally went out on the floor. And because I've worked in retail, I've had people yell at me and been straight up just mean to my face or been very rude.
Yeah.
But rude in a more direct way. I can handle that. I can deal with that. But the people who come into where I work are so passive. I told you this, passive aggressive and petty, and in a way that's just so they think you won't notice by their tone or how they say it that they're being mean.
Mm-hmm.
But as a person who has a supreme BS what is it, a BS radar, I can tell in a person who is kind of, I'd say, pretty good at being mean and hoping people don't notice. I can tell very quickly when you're being rude to me and you think you're insulting my intelligence and you think I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
I told you this one person came in yesterday to do something and then he was like, I mean, well, yeah, you look very good, but you serve no function. And I just had to sit there and laugh and go, ha ha ha, yeah, I guess so. And then he just had to go wait in the lobby. Anyway, and then another person came in and was like, oh, so you guys are just here and you can't help me or do anything? Yeah, pretty much, because I'm not licensed to do that.
Yeah.
And then another person like, they thought I couldn't hear them because they were all the way over on the other side of the, I guess, like, all the way over the other side of the, like, the floor.
Yeah.
And so they started talking about myself and my other coworker, because I'm still in training. So she's talking to me about, like, training stuff. And then I hear them all the way across the room say, those two girls are just being paid to stand around and talk to each other. And I was like, I mean, gagged. Like, I won't lie. Gagged, you got me. I am being paid to stand around here and talk to my coworker right now, but I'm in training. That's what that is. But I mean, you got me. I won't lie. You got me. That's correct. I am technically being paid to stand around here. I'll give credit where credit is due. Gagged. You got me. But, like, that's so rude. You don't know what I'm doing. And also, like, I'm not licensed to do what you want me to do. Do you want me to go in there and mess up your finances and then possibly get myself fired? Like, what?
I mean, all you can really just say is like, you mad?
If I can't say that in the building, I can say that outside of it. But oh my gosh, I was just so, because in retail, people will just yell at you, call you stupid, but people think they're being subtle where I work, and it's no. I know you hate me right now. Just say, I'd honestly be happier if you just said you hated me or you think I'm stupid to my face instead of this runaround you're giving me, because you're not subtle.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing, so it's just because I haven't had to work in a front-facing thing like this in a minute, so, because people don't know you, and if they're already having a bad day, they're just like, yes, somebody who has to be here and has to take it and can't say anything, let me be rude, and that's just, I don't like it. If you get anything from this, please treat service workers and customer service workers nicely, please. All right, and that's what I have for today, and then let's do our little intro.
Yeah. Did we have like? Do you want me to begin?
Sure. I thought we were just gonna do "Hi, I'm Gloria, your favorite."
Oh, okay,
but or do you want to do your explicit thing?
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a retired film major.
Hi, I'm Gloria, your favorite chronic oversharer. And this is Jack and Gloria Retired, the podcast where we talk about film, television, and social, cultural phenomenons. What do we have for today?
We're talking about Nepo Babies.
We're talking about Nepo Babies, which is a term that's blown up recently. Or not recent. Well, yeah, pretty recently, actually.
Well, the Vulture article I did read said the term began around 2013.
Yes.
So, yeah. It is more recent. I would, like, without Twitter, we wouldn't talk about this. But I think it began because someone was, like, worked in the model industry or was, like, someone associated with it. And they were watching these shows. And, like, amazing, models of the 2010s were, like, doing great walks. And they'd see people, like, Kendall Jenner walk in the middle of it. And there's just, like, a noticeable dip in quality of performance and the way they carry themselves.
Yeah.
The term just continued on beyond the fashion industry. But it really is, I would say, a fashion industry term, first and foremost, before it became about other Hollywood entertainments. Because Kendall Jenner is the Nepo baby.
She really is.
She is. But she has never escaped it.
What was it? Because in the Vulture article, they go into when the term really blew up was around 2020 when this person, I'm not sure if she's a public figure now, but her name was Mariam Daraji. She's from, I think it said in the article, Lebanon or somewhere in the Middle East, I believe. And she was watching Euphoria just offhandedly one day, and then she went to go look up the actors, and then she had a tweet that went semi-viral that said something along the lines of, "Oh my gosh, I went to go look up Maude Apatow. Guys, I didn't know she was the daughter of Leslie Mann and Judd Apatow, famous actors and producers."
Okay, pause. She was in This Is 40. They've been pimping that girl out since she was like 13.
Like
she
Maude?
was a baby working in this industry with her sister Iris. I remember Iris was in that show Love with is it Gillian or Gillian Flynn? I think it's Gillian. No. Yeah. Jacobs. No. The one in Community. Gillian Flynn's the writer of Gone Girl. I
was
do
gonna
apologize.
say, Gillian Anderson?
No, Gillian Anderson is, I think her name is Gillian Jacobs. Yeah, the girl from Community. Remember she played Britt?
The blonde one?
Yeah.
Oh, she got started in The Bear.
Yeah, she did guest star on The Bear.
She got started in The Bear season 2.
The Bear season 2 episode
Yeah.
6. You're here, Sarah Paulson.
John Mulaney?
What are you doing here?
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, she was in a Judd Apatow show with this guy named Paul Ross that I follow on Twitter. And yeah, Iris played like a child actor in that show too. But how do you not know who Judd Apatow was?
No,
Do you not
but
watch
the
This Is
thing is,
40? Were you not there?
This person,
I was.
No, but this person was dragged for that, but I just told you, they
Okay.
lived most of their life outside of the U.S., and they only moved to the U.S. when they were, I believe, going to college. So it makes sense that they, like, I'm not sure how well This Is 40 did in Lebanon, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I don't think there was, like, a cultural touchstone as much over there. So it was only when they were older, like, I think they moved to the U.S., I believe it said in the article. I read this last night, and I was very sleepy. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. I will link it. I will link our sources. And so they didn't, that's not something in their culture. That's not what this person, they didn't grow up with that. So when they went to go look up the cast, obviously, they were like, what the heck? Because she was saying, I think she also, like, replied in the tweet that, like, I thought her acting was kind of mid, but she just went to go look up her other credits, and then went to Wikipedia and was like, what the heck? You have rich parents? And then that's when the term, I believe, really blew up, it said in the Vulture article.
Yeah.
And so I've known about, how long have you known about Nepo Babies? Because I feel like, because I love film and television, so I like looking up casts and learning about production. So I've known about Nepo Babies for a long time.
I be on the Wikipedia pages.
Yes.
I probably would think Drew Barrymore would be the first Nepo baby that I was truly aware of. Because I was so obsessed with Charlie's Angels as a kid.
Drew Barrymore is from a literal American
Dynasty.
acting dynasty.
Yeah.
Like Lionel Barrymore, Ethel Barrymore, like her
Famous
grandfather or
strikebreakers.
great grandfather, I believe, played Mr. Potter in It's a Wonderful Life.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean,
With
now
Jimmy
like
Stewart, the Frank
Dynasty's-
Capra film, I think. Frank Capra?
Oh yeah. Well, the dynasty's over at this point.
Because I'm not basically. I mean, her brother. Let's not talk about her relationship with her brother. But I'm not sure if her daughters act or whatever. But it's pretty much.
I didn't even know she had a brother.
Yeah, she doesn't talk about him very much. He's homeless, I believe, and they don't talk very often. Their relationship is very strained.
John Blythe Barrymore, that dude.
He has some film credits, but for right now, he doesn't work.
Oh my. Her brother is John Blythe Barrymore.
Yeah. He has some film credits, but he doesn't act anymore, and I think he's homeless now. Like, and she doesn't help him at all. That's like a sticking point for him as well, because I don't know what happened. I think they're half siblings. I'm not sure.
They are half siblings. Here's the tea. After John's sister Jessica Barrymore was found dead in a vehicle in 2014, he publicly criticized half sister Drew for not being receptive to forming a relationship with either him or Jessica. But at the same time, though, like, I used to watch the Drew Barrymore show when it first aired in the pandemic because they had nothing else to do. Mm-hmm. And, like, she did this whole tour of where she grew up and everything and how she was abused. Mm-hmm. And how, like, she's like, I don't want people to say I was a Nepo baby because my last name, but, like, my mom was shitty to me and my dad didn't care. And, like, we lived alone. She did have a hard childhood, you know.
Because she was doing, like, coke when she was, like, 12. And, like,
oh, yeah.
Or whatever. Like, she was...
If anyone was her father, it was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it was...
He was the man that stepped up.
Like, he was the father that stepped up.
He was! I don't think she'd be anywhere where she is if it wasn't for Steven Spielberg intervening.
Like, that's just crazy. She had a hard childhood, and then I mean, it's unfortunate. I hope she and her brother can reconcile, but I don't know what personally went down between them, especially since they're half siblings. I don't know, like, how close they were when they were children, and then, like, he's been, like, Drew, reach out and, like, help me, and Drew clearly does not want any relationship with him. I don't know, for whatever reason, so... But yeah, literal acting dynasty, Drew Barrymore's from.
There's literally a Wikipedia just for the Barrymore family.
Yeah, just the entire... speaking of another acting dynasties, Tony Goldwyn. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, because he's literally, like, the great-grandson of the people that made MGM.
MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer. For those of you who don't... like,
number 2.
Metro. They used to be one of the top 5 film studios in the U.S., but now they're just a production company since they downsized, and they're owned by Amazon, which is why we have the Creed movies produced by MGM on Amazon Prime. Little production synergy for you guys.
Yeah.
And so, and I think his brother, Tony Golden's brother, also acts, and then